Hey, so today we're going to talk about calisthenics for overweight, or I don't know if you can hear that because I got my I got the mic all in my. Let me just take a little shot here back. See how much snow is there? Is that crazy? That just happened overnight. Anyway, I was out for a walk and I just had an idea about the calisthenics for overweight, obese, fat guys. Now, before we get started, the term fat is not who you are, it's what you have on you, right? So if you're, if someone says you're fat or whatever like that, search things a little bit, but you have to understand too that like some people don't really understand that fat. Like they say, oh, that guy has extra weight, they say that guy's fat, but they don't really understand how to say it differently sometimes. That doesn't really excuse it, but I just want you to know that, like I wrote an article that was calisthenics for fat guys, and I didn't really want to use that term, but funny enough, the people that were overweight or obese were actually using the term fat to find the information. And so with all the other big websites out there, nobody would ever find my information if I used terms like obese or overweight. So, but people that wanted help losing weight were actually Googling calisthenics for fat guys. So just a little bit background on that I'm not an insensitive prick or anything. I'm far from it. I totally get it. I was there. So I was never huge, but I'm comfortable somewhere between 160, 175, and I've been 210, 215 before, which for me was enough to feel uncomfortable and stuff. So let's get talking about this topic. This is totally impromptu, but so calisthenics for overweight people. The shortcut, the biggest shortcut is obviously to start losing weight, but then the reason you're working out or probably doing calisthenics is to lose weight. So to tell you to lose weight to do the workout sounds like, well, I need a job, but I need experience, but you need experience to get a job. That sort of circle. So first things first, you have to do everything at the same time. So yes, you're trying to lose weight, but losing weight will also speed up the process of you losing even more weight. So I found that a lot, like with my clients at the gym, back when I had a gym, that they had a hard time working out like what seemed to be intensely enough compared to what you would see other people working out in order to lose the weight. Like you'd look at them and you'd be like, it wasn't much of a workout. They got off of a chair, got down on the ground, got back up, and that again. And so but the reality is one day I was walking on a treadmill next to one guy. He was 400 and something, I can't remember. Anyway, I wasn't actually running or walking, I was running, and he was walking, and he was burning the same calories walking as I was running because of our weight difference. So that's just a little something to give you peace of mind, is that everything you do, if you're an overweight dude, is the same as me doing something with like a 300-pound barbell on my back. So even if it doesn't look like getting down to the ground and getting back up and standing up and then getting back down to the ground and standing back up look like much of a workout, then try doing that with an extra 300 pounds on your back. You could say to somebody that looks all skinny and fit and stuff. So just remember that. It's not about what it looks like, because you actually are doing a ton of work. And some people just don't naturally sweat when they start working out, so don't worry about that either. But back on topic, sorry, my hands are freezing. They're not freezing, that's an exaggeration. It's only, I think, minus 10 Celsius, which is cold, but it's not cold. I'll get my mitt out of there as soon as my hand thaws. Just get my pocket. Okay, so we want you to lose weight. So how do we do that? First of all, that's just by increasing your activity level. So every little bit counts. Like I could be sitting at home warm right now making this video, but I sort of set a goal for myself that if I'm not involved actively in something, I have to get at least 10,000 steps walking a day. That's just a baseline activity level that if I don't do, I gotta put this glove on, my pinky is numb. That if I don't do a baseline of at least 10,000 steps a day, I will start putting on weight. So if I would put on weight, sorry, just give me one more second. If I would put on weight, if I didn't get 10,000 steps, you definitely are not going to lose weight without getting 10,000 steps, right? So 10,000 is just a number that I use because I got a Fitbit and all that. But yours could be, I'm going to walk around the block once, and then when I can, I'm going to walk around twice. The biggest thing is incremental progression of your activity levels. The worst thing you could do is to go as hard as you possibly can and then have to take a day or 2 or 3 off. What is really good is just touching it a bit, going for a walk. Next day maybe walking either a little quicker or a little bit further, 2 or 3 minutes farther, whatever, something like that. You get the point. And knowing the regression. So I'm going to use calisthenics because I find it very helpful. I did there's an article on the website, I'll link below, where I like to use calisthenics for I'll just link it below from my website, where I like to use calisthenics because I found that a lot of overweight guys, they might not admit it, but they're a little bit self-conscious, and it kind of sucks going to the gym because usually the guys at the gym are in pretty decent shape, like at least compared to somebody that has 100, 200, 300 pounds to lose. So it's nice if they can do it at home or at least with some privacy. And a lot of people don't either have the money to afford a full gym at home or a power rack, and calisthenics just fit the bill nice because you can do them anywhere. You never run into the obstacle of not being able to make it to the gym or to be able to afford a membership. So that's why I use the bodyweight moves, or calisthenics as they're called. So the important thing, besides losing your weight, which is from increasing your overall activity levels, and also your food intake. Let's not get complicated with the food intake. Let's just work on first getting 1 liter of water, 2 liters of water, 3 liters of water a day. And that's water, right? You can put electrolytes in there, but you got to know that sugar will not be helpful for you. So we're talking just water, possibly tea, if you want some green tea, all that sort of stuff. But first, you got to look at the big things. I got to give this hand a little bit of heat. You got to think overall picture, not the minute details that bogs everybody down. Get increased activity levels, start upping your water intake a little bit at a time, and eliminate processed foods. You don't have to eliminate them forever. I'm a bit of a chip junkie. Does it keep me from being as lean as I could possibly be? Yes. Do I like chips? Yes. I really like chips. So, but I know, as soon as I want to go that extra little bit to be beach ready, I get rid of the chips. No big deal. So don't worry about, am I going to have to eat like this forever? You won't. You can add in or subtract stuff as you want your progress to accelerate or decelerate. And once you reach your goal, you have a lot more leeway as to what you eat, that you can still maintain your body fat and fitness levels. So first, increase activity level, start upping your water intake, eliminate processed foods. So anything that doesn't in its raw form, right? Like if it hasn't, the more it is away from directly growing and being cooked and eaten, or animal or plant, whatever, the worse it's going to be for you, and the more additives it's probably going to have. And if you can have it anywhere other than the fridge for more than a week or two, it's got a lot of crap in it to keep it edible. It's definitely not so nutritious. I even include protein powders in that, but I still use them just for convenience. And because I'm predominantly plant-based, I'm not going to get into that now. But increase your activity level, up your water intake, get rid of processed foods over time. Don't worry so much about the amounts you eat. Make sure you're eating adequately until you're full. You'll notice the biggest change as you start to get rid of the sugary treats, fat chips and stuff like that, pop, like high glycemic stuff like overly large bowl of pasta or something like that. But really it's the sugars like the chips and the ice cream and sorry, not chips, but chocolate bars and ice cream and stuff like that. So okay, so that's how we start dropping that down. And there are specifics for this, but they're just not necessary right now. You're going to see tons of progress just from making those changes. And then the last pillar in the puzzle is to make sure you're getting your sleep. So you'll find that with the increased activity levels. I'll link the other video too, which is how to get better sleep. I think I titled it How to Fall Asleep Before Your Spouse Finishes Scrolling Instagram. Yeah, so you're going to have to get a lot of sleep to recover, because the more you recover, the more energy you'll have for doing these activities. And I have the whole calisthenics thing free laid out on the website that I'll link. And I mean, it's just as basic. Like, I mean, everybody kind of knows. You can check out anything on YouTube. You know, there's like push-ups and squats and chin-ups and all that. And I'm kind of laughing because everybody just blasts. It's like, oh, let's do 50 squats, body weight squats for calisthenics for big guys. It's like, dude, no. Like, you need to have some regressions, an easier way, like some ways to baby step into this stuff, because it's like, if you're a fitness trainer and you're telling me to do 50 squats, it's because you've been training all out and like that's your job and all that. But like, they don't realize half the time that the poor dude can barely even squat down to the toilet, right, without being a major like feat. But I know it is. So you just need to know the ways to make the exercises easier, and to understand that other people's preconceived notions of what a beginner is has no bearing on what your beginner is. Beginner is different for everybody. And what's important is that wherever you are, you try to increase your capacity over time, and that there is no race, because this is something you can do for the rest of your life. It can become a hobby for you, a pastime, something that you enjoy, but not if you try to crunch everything in and go all crazy insane and, you know, like jack in the intensity and go hard or go home. Like, that's just not the way to do it. But anyway, ask me some questions about calisthenics and how to lose weight for the obese dude. I mean, it's all the same for women, but I think that naturally I gel better with guys, because I think a lot of women find me a little off-putting, so I don't want to offend anybody, but this advice works for everybody. Yeah, I think I covered it all. Ask me the questions below. I need to know what you need to know, and I really want to help you out. I do. Okay, bye.